Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Folks in Hodges Bay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Azim and Jade. Azim has been replaced today by Amali. Listen, don't watch me for the intro. Not because you forget how things going here. Okay? Yes. Yes, Mr. Amali has joined me today to keep my company as Azim is away doing work things. So, Amali, welcome back. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. It's good to be here.
What are you doing? You don't have to jump into the mic.
Just project my voice?
Yes, just speak.
I understand. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here. Thank you, Jade, for inviting I and I.
Of course. You know, sometimes you have to have an old fave back.
Yeah.
Circle the block.
Yeah, only when one missing, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what it be.
No, ain't only, but you know.
It really be.
Remember, we had a conversation and you ain't get back to me yet, you know.
I will.
Thank you. So don't make it seem like it's something else, okay? No
sure.
slander. So, they ask if you have risen.
If I've risen?
Yes, I don't have to think you're like the second coming of Christ or something, but okay.
Yeah, on the fourth day, though.
On the fourth?
It took a little longer for me to rise.
I was a little busier.
Than Christ, yeah. I was more dead.
I thought because times change, you know, you had more things to do. Because you know how new age go, you know. Things. If Christ was to come back now, he got a lot more things to do, you know.
I think that's why he hasn't returned.
Yeah, he realized.
There's too much things to do.
Yeah. Like, look how the world imploding daily.
We really disappointing the guy, but
I think so. Remember back then we used to have like one-off natural disaster, or one-off thing happened that shook the world. Like it would have been like a 9/11, and then for the next 3 years we ain't nothing else.
No, it's every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
I think he's quite disappointed in us.
Poor Jesus.
You think if they come back, they're gonna still try to, like, remember when he came, they kill him? You think they would try it again?
Most definitely.
Wow. Okay, that is awful.
There have been people who came and claimed to be him, and they were all executed.
All of them?
Every single last one.
Wow. I didn't realize that's how we... Okay, that makes sense.
So it'd be really, really sad if one of them was actually him.
Like he come already and they kill him?
Yeah, so main thing, he don't come again.
No. I think they expired that. But we're supposed to be jumping into Cross Caribbean link up with our friends over in Antigua. Yes, Amali, that is you. What happened? I don't...
It was frozen.
Oh, don't mind that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that part's an important part. Okay. Once the viewers and listeners can still hear us, that is all we care about. Okay?
In Jesus' name.
Amen. How have you been, sir? I see you busy on the campaign trail. Thought it was only for politics and all. They put you on a ticket?
No, not yet.
Oh.
2030.
2030, okay.
Yes, 2030.
Why 2030?
Because that's when I'll be ready.
Oh.
Yeah, they couldn't force me into an election, a snap election, just so.
But that's a thing, you know. So where you feel special?
Where I feel special? I am.
Okay.
Look, me one. But yes, it was a very busy time for me over the last 2 years. Lots of building and rebranding and reflection and growth.
Press that button over there that says Alt, please. Thank you, my lovely assistant.
Hold it down.
Good morning.
Good morning, Darren. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just watching you in studio here with the young gentleman, the handsome bearded gentleman looking adoringly in your eyes.
Darren, are you flirting with Amali so early in the morning? Jesus Christ, the day just started.
Well, no, I said he was. Yeah, you didn't listen to what I said. You were so.
No, I heard
anxious
exactly
to
what
come
you
at
said.
me.
But
Oh,
I don't feel the same way you do, so you must be flirting with him.
No, I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Not gonna ever happen. Anyway, Mr. Amory, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I hear. I'm here. It's good to see you. And Jade sent me the memo yesterday saying that she would have a new co-host in this morning.
Yes.
So it's really good to see you. And Jade, of course, it's always good to see you. And I know many of our listeners look forward to the interactions that we have each and every Friday. Sometimes they go longer than normal. Sometimes they go shorter than normal. This is going to be one of the shorter ones, but it's certainly, we hope to make it great.
Indeed. So how are you doing over there in Antigua?
Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I suspect you would probably say the same in St. Kitts, but I don't know. Antigua is just a special place. There's just so much going on. Government agency and, getting into, how should I put this nicely? Let's just say there's a nature reserve in the country, and there's a person who was acting as a custodian. It's a non-for-profit organization that was more or less dealing with that. It's that particular aspect of the nature reserve. And let's just say, depending on who you ask, you get a different perspective. The government will say, or the Ministry of Agriculture and their people will say that they're trying to streamline things, make sure that things are done by the book, done properly. The others, on the young lady who is responsible and has more or less been doing a lot of the work at this nature reserve, will say that now that she's brought it to a certain level, while it was ignored for a number of years, they're now trying to piggyback on her success and more or less take over the whole thing. So it depends on who you ask. You get a different perspective, but it has gotten ugly. It has gotten nasty. And she has had quite a few interesting things to say on social media. And depending too on which side of the political fence you're on, people will align accordingly. Many are in her corner, think the government is just being spiteful. And there's some in the government's corner who says that, she really has not been doing things the way she ought to, and so they're just simply trying to correct it. So I'm just telling you the both sides of the issue. That has been a big issue on social media. And another issue, the University of the West Indies Fourth Landed Campus, they felt it necessary to release a statement because a social media influencer here in Antigua, who happens to be a good friend of mine, had some not so flattering things to say about the university campus and things that she thought needed improvement. And they were clearly not impressed, and so they issued a press release. So, of course, that has also been a part of the public discussion, especially on social media, and also in the call-in programs as well. And the other, of course, the politics, because elections are ahead of us, and so we don't know when it's going to be, but the UPP is more or less consistently accusing the government of, creating a failed state situation in Antigua, essentially.
Wow,
so that's a summary.
That is
A mouthful. That's a mouthful. So you do the same. What's going on in St. Kitts?
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Oh,
we
come
don't have.
on.
We actually.
Don't do
We're
that.
actually very quiet. Surprisingly, Amalia, are we quiet? Do you?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah,
I would say,
suspicious.
I would say the most action we have right now is the current new administration is actually in the process of getting its roots planted, and in doing so, there have been many, go on retirement, go home, dismissals, that kind of stuff, and people are, debating back and forth on whether these dismissals are just or unjust or make sense, that kind of stuff. So I would say that's the most action we've been getting.
Okay.
Here in
I
St. Kitts and
saw
Nevis.
some comment made by, I believe it was your Attorney General.
Oh dear.
I hear over there. Aha! So there were some comments made by your Attorney General, the Honorable Garth Wilkin. I didn't get the full context, and I'm hoping that either of you will be able to provide that full context. But essentially, there are some people who ought to be quaking in their boots because they might have not acted properly while they were in government, and he's going to be exposing some people, and it's not going to be pretty. Do I have that summary accurately, or no?
You're on point.
So tell me, put the meat on the bone for me. What's behind that? Because it sounded very ominous, to put it nicely.
Well, a part of his job is to I guess go through the files and
Amali, like you don't want to touch that,
No, but he said it. He said that he's literally going to be going through to make sure things were done in the way that they were supposed to be, and if they weren't,
He'll be naming names.
we'll know. And we've been asking for transparency from our government institutions for quite a while. So he has stepped up to the plate and has been offering that. I think that in the past we've found people saying that they were going to do it and nothing actually came out of that. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a fair thing, give the public a little something but don't give them everything kind of thing. But no, the Honorable Garth Wilkin said he come to work. So we shall see more of that happening because I'm pretty sure he'll go through all of the ministries.
Yeah. Has there been public reaction to those comments? And if so, how would you
You're the happy man.
characterize the public reaction?
The public is quite happy to hear that these things are going to be taking place.
Okay, understood. Have you gotten a sense of which ministers have proven popular in terms of their approach to their respective ministries? Like you get a sense,
Yeah,
I like what this minister is doing.
The ones that have been standing out, at least in my opinion, are the Honorable Samuel Duggins. He's responsible for the creative economy, which is entertainment and the arts. He's responsible for Carnival as well as the Minister of Culture.
Okay.
And I believe he's also responsible for agriculture, correct?
Yes, he is.
Yes, and he has been quite transparent and vocal in the work that he's begun, via social media, and it looks quite positive. Dr. Jeffrey Handley as well.
Of course, the Honorable, he is the Deputy Prime Minister for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes.
His education, right?
Yes.
And his education, and he has been certainly making his rounds throughout the education strata in St. Kitts and Nevis, paying a visit to all the schools and the various departments within the Ministry of Education, just trying to get a real feel for what's going on and speaking to, parents and teachers and administrators and students face to face. And that's been looking pretty nice as well.
Okay, all right. So what about you, Jay? Do you have any favorites personally?
Well, I'm still waiting to see what everybody's going to do. We're still new. We just started this process. So I'm still giving them a little more time to see before I say I have favorites.
Okay.
I do
Too
believe,
early?
however, that the current administration has a lot of work to do, and they have stepped up to the plate. They have promised us that they will get the work done, and we're already seeing them on the ground. So that's at least good to me.
Okay. The former Prime Minister, Dr. Denzel Douglas, I think I saw a video, or while I was watching the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, I'm almost sure that I saw him. Was he the representative
Yes,
for
he
the
was, yes.
Federation?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. How did that come about? I thought it was just for heads of state.
Well, he's actually our Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Oh,
And it just so happens that the funeral landed on our Independence Day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or
it was,
thereabout.
yes. Your
So
independent.
so our Prime Minister would have had to stay in St. Kitts for independence celebrations.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Definitely.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Is there any discussion about a referendum to remove the, now King as the head of state?
Yes, there has been. Dr. Drew actually made some comments either last week or week before that the conversation is being had to move St. Kitts into the direction of a republic.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that that's going to get popular support? What's the sense? Have people been calling in and given their reactions to that suggestion?
Not that I can remember, but I think St. Kitts and Nevis has been saying that they want to move in that direction even before the Queen passed. So it's not a new discussion for us.
I think generally speaking, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis would welcome that transition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So,
Wait, hold on. You realize he tell us 3 things about Antigua. He went into no type of detail, right? But over here, down in up.
No, what? I don't know that you provided much detail, Jade, to be fair. You provided much detail. You more or less gave the same fact.
No,
Some might say he
no.
gave more detail than you.
I explained what has been happening. You asked. All you did is tell me 3 situations
Okay, yes.
and then move on to St. Kitts. I
Well,
want to know what's happening with the election cycle over there.
Nothing.
What?
That's it. There's nothing to tell. I mean, the United Progressive Party is campaigning. They have been engaged in these. Let me make sure I have it right. Basically, small business pull-ups where a number of their candidates go into various areas and support or patronize various businesses within the communities as a means to provide support, visible, tangible support, as well as to promote their pro-business policies, at least as they have characterized them. And so that's really what's happening right now from the United Progressive Party side. The PRO was on this morning and spoke about meetings with foreign investors or potential foreign investors. So they clearly seem to be, they're gearing up very actively. The government, the incumbent, they really have not been campaigning as heavily in earnest. They've been, I think, relatively speaking, quiet. I mean, we know they're doing things in the communities, but it's not as visible as the United Progressive Party, the opposition. The Prime Minister indicated that he was going to call the election, people thought he was going to call it before the end of the year. I think I've already expressed my little Peter Wickham-ish projections or suggestions as to what, if I were in his position, what I would do. If it was the United Progressive Party, perhaps I would want to call the election sooner rather than later. If I were him, I would want to wait a little while until I get certain things done, because there's certain promises that have remained unfulfilled. And he knows that the United Progressive Party is going to bludgeon him if those promises are not fulfilled. So I think, he's probably he's gonna go down the wire. I don't see us going to polls before February, March next year. That's me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
One thing I have observed and learned as it relates to politics
What's up?
in St. Kitts and Nevis, I don't know about the rest of the Caribbean and the rest of the world, that delivery on promises is irrelevant. What is relevant is if the people like you or not. Because we have seen elections where the hardest working ministers who delivered on all their promises were removed from office simply because they were not popular.
liked.
Right?
Yeah.
So the question I have for you
Popularity
is
contest.
based on the popularity of Uncle Gaston.
Correct.
How does it look?
From a popularity standpoint,
Yeah.
it depends on who you ask.
Naturally, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. That's the safest answer. But if I were to gauge based on social media interactions, which is, I guess, one way of looking at it, I would say the Prime Minister, he has his fans. He has his fans. He has his, at least, he has a lot of followers and he has his fans. He does engage very heavily on social media. Some will argue, especially people within his camp have suggested he needs to engage a little less. It's always funny when my friends in the Labour Party speak with me and they tell me, boy, when I draw their attention to certain things and they would like shake their head and they say, Darren, boy, I tired talk to him.
Yeah,
you need to be careful with what he say,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. You know what I'm talking about because I'm sure you've seen the posts and so on.
I follow it closely.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. Guessing
We
this
have
way
a
he
very-
was.
we have a very interesting prime minister, and he certainly gets attention, whether positive or negative. So you're going to have those who are going to, say to him, suck it to them. They deserve the cussing out. And they're those who are going
definitely.
to say, Mr. Prime Minister, you have to remember you're Prime Minister, you occupy a certain office, there's a certain level of decorum. But he's a lightning rod, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He's
I
definitely
think
a lightning rod.
in
And
this
Mr. Lovell is a gentleman. I don't know anybody who said they don't like Harold Lovell, as in personally. They like him. He's a gentleman. Many people describe him as a statesman. He's just a different personality. So I think it may very well come down to which is the personality you really want leading this country. Would you want someone who is considered to be brash or in your face, shoot from the hip, or you want someone who tends to be more measured in the way he reacts and deals with things, and some would use the term statesman-like. So it just depends on who you ask. It just depends on who you ask. But in terms of social media engagement and reaction, I think the Prime Minister would have the edge numerically. And that includes those who cuss, because it's still getting attention, even if they're cussing him.
Right.
Because he gives as good as he gets. So if somebody comes at him and says, "Oh, you're so this, that, and the other," he has
we know,
no
man.
inhibition.
We've read it. We've seen it.
He holds no prisoners, so he will say exactly how he feels. And
wonderful.
I think he knows. I mean, there's no secret. I think the Prime Minister knows. My style would be entirely different. I tend to be more diplomatic. I tend to be more measured. But maybe that's an occupational hazard because I try to be fair to everybody and respectful to everybody, even if I think you're an idiot. Nobody's going to ever pick up on that because at the end of the day, I'm trying to work, so to speak, on behalf of the listeners. They need to
That is
hear from all
amazing.
sides, and I try to be deferential to all sides, even if sometimes I really don't think you deserve the deference, to be quite honest. But there you are. Yeah,
You
so
sir,
that's it.
are a statesman.
Sorry?
Said you, sir, are a statesman.
Yeah, I've been told so. A famous KC, I can't say QC, KC, because there's now King's Council, said to me at a dinner party the other day, Darren, you deserve a sainthood, because
Wow.
he thinks I put up with a lot of nonsense. But I'm fine. I tend not to take things personally, so that helps.
Right. That's the key.
That's the key. So how do you guys? View things from your end over there in St. Kitts in terms of what's going on here in Antigua?
Well, y'all actually been kind of quiet. I think the only thing I saw recently was something to do with the water situation, which y'all have been dealing with for a while. So that
Correct.
wasn't like something new to me. I was about to call him Uncle Gaston. He actually has been quiet, in my opinion, more quiet than usual. Like,
Relatively.
yeah.
Maybe he's listening to his party members who said to him, "Hey, tone down there, boss. Take it easy." you know,
Something,
quiet.
or he's busy hitting the campaign trail, so he's not on social. But he has been very, very quiet. I'm still following the Liat situation because I mean, it's serious. I need to fly.
Nothing seems to be happening. Nothing seems to be. I mean, Liat is there. They operate flights here and there, But in terms of a full schedule, I mean, people are still having to go through loops to get to where they want to go in the Caribbean, and it's still an arm and a leg. And so there's a conversation about the reduction in taxes on tickets and so on to facilitate and to encourage travel. But nothing seems to have been happening. Nothing, at least not to my knowledge.
Which is the problem. Nothing is
Which
happening.
is the problem. Which is
Yeah.
the problem, exactly.
I had some friends. I had some friends come to St. Kitts from Trinidad a couple of weeks ago.
They had to go through Miami.
Arkin story, yeah.
Yeah.
But they ended up paying $1,500 US one way to get to St. Kitts.
That's just crazy. This is crazy.
I asked them why they come.
Listen,
Think it must be that sweet, man.
It got to be.
something because not
Yeah.
me. I was not about to pay all the money to come 20 minutes away. And I think that's the biggest problem for me, you know. We literally in the Caribbean trying to encourage CARICOM and interregional travel and all of these things. And we cannot even get to a neighboring country without having to go to the US, having to pay all this money. It doesn't make any sense.
Or having to make several stops.
It literally doesn't make sense.
Like if I have $1,000 US in my pocket, it's a more value to me to travel to the US or to Dominican Republic or even Puerto Rico than to go to Antigua.
Not right now, though. You don't want to go to Puerto Rico now.
No. Unless I have very, very tall rain boots.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Puerto Rico. Anyway, listen, can you believe the time flew by?
Yes.
We're out of time. Wow. That was fun.
Indeed.
So I'm going to have to go because I think I would have given the explanations, Jade, so
Yes,
you
you did.
understand. So we have to leave it there, but it was really nice talking to you, Amali. Are we going to do this again next week?
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see. We'll see what the Attorney General says.
You see- I hope your name not going to call on his list.
Why? I hope so, you know.
No. I was behaving.
Okay. Wasn't in the treasury.
When I
in the
saw
treasury.
that video,
Okay.
boy, I said to myself, boy, the boss mean business, boy. And he had a very serious expression on his face. He
Means it, man.
Yeah, he's a serious
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You're a serious fellow. All right. Good morning to the Honorable Garth Wilkin, and good morning to Dr. Terence Drew and everyone in St. Kitts, all my friends and family in St. Kitts. I hope that everyone is well, and best to all of you.
Yes, same to you. Good
All right.
morning to our lovely fans over in Antigua. Hope you have a blessed morning and
Yes.
enjoy the rest of Darren's show.
In Jesus'
Thank
name.
you.
Amen.
Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the rest of your show as well. Best
Alrighty.
to you both. Good, great weekend.
Yes. All right. That was our regional link up with our friend over in Antigua. Hope you guys enjoyed. Amali, people are wondering who you are because yesterday they saw a Rastaman here now, a bald head man with
I'm
glasses.
a bald man is here.
Yeah, well, at least we keep in theme.
Because Island is inclusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing we can't do here is see, but you know, because
So what's supposed to say?
about what?
They're asking who I am. I don't know.
Just tell them.
But if they don't know what I mean, that means they're new viewers?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You
Your
don't
fan
know-
base good, Jade?
Yes. You ain't know? You thought we was just here?
Stagnant?
Yeah, no man.
No,
We're out here doing things. The sipper pool is very large. The sipper pool is very large. But yes.
Is the pot bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But guys, for you new viewers, Amali was actually one of our first hosts. One of the original, what we used to call you? Faves, yes. He's an original fave that is filling in for Azim today because Azim is doing musical things. You know, there's a whole concert happening today. And he has to be a part of that naturally because, you know, he's the music
earning.
boss. Listen.
Remember that's Azim's favorite word, you know?
What?
Earning. I wasn't able to earn.
Azim run menu.
No, he doing all the earning.
I'm telling you.
I'm happy for him.
Me too, boy. But yes, so Amali is here to join me today to talk some news. We've had a very busy day yesterday. I don't know what happened, but yesterday was quite busy. So let's jump into some tea and tell the people what's happening. So, me ain't get no part of this money, boy. One thing I realized in saying is, boy, they don't offer me nothing. They don't offer me nothing. I don't understand. Do I look like I'm living a posh life or something? Like
Yes.
I don't look like I'm struggling. No. Oh, That's probably why.
And it was for me because I went as far as to ask, and the man just laugh.
I think yours worse than mine.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. I was hoping to be offered, but you asked.
Well, I know I wasn't going to be offered, so I
At the last.
ask and you
Wow.
shall receive. That's not the case.
Not on your end.
No.
New administration or old administration?
The new one. I mean, the old one, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, see, you got another chance.
Yeah, I'm going to ask again.
I'm telling you.
But from what you're saying, they can't afford it.
Well, let's hear some of what he was saying. It says the SKN Prime Minister said peace program averaged EC 2 million payout a month. Budget allocated EC 10 million annually. The Alternative Lifestyle Pathway Fund, or the peace program, was described by the previous administration as a government program aimed at engaging at-risk and marginalized individuals in properly structured, legitimate activities. Sounds like they was describing us by. Mm-hmm. The Alternative Lifestyle Pathway why this got to be so long? Why we have to always pick these long names?
You know, it's a part of our culture.
Well, we need to cut it out. Was launched on March 13th, 2019, and was expected to be an initiative with an expiry date. How does the program work? Well, we know how it does work. The program is an intervention strategy designed to allow individuals to learn, adopt, and display acceptable behaviors and become positive contributors to the nation's development. Participants were exposed to soft skills, communication and listening skills, problem solving, anger management, integrity, responsibility, accountability, stress management, financial literacy, and more. To be honest, this year sounds like a good program, eh? Like this year sounds like it should be in schools.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and actually that might make a lot of sense. If we put this program in schools, then we wouldn't have to spend all of this money later down.
But I always said, and I think Dr. Drew said as well, that the prosperity of a nation lies with the young people.
Mm-hmm.
Not us, I mean the children.
Yeah, I know that. I know you mean us, man.
Yeah, okay.
So if they start with the children, then they won't grow up.
We have this problem.
Yeah.
In terms of crime, the economy, everything.
So let's move or copy this and put it in what? Going, no.
What going to?
You know, I always thought the alternative lifestyle was the LGBTQ thingy. No, that's not what.
Yeah.
Not that alternative. Not the one. Well, okay, let me get into the meat of the matter here. What was the actual expenditure for the Alternative Lifestyle Pathway Fund? Prime Minister Honorable Terence Drew is in a one-on-one interview with SKN Newsline aide Andrew Huey, explained that this year, the last year, the program was expected to operate under the previous administration, already blew the annual budget in June with a monthly spend of EC 2 million on average. Mm-hmm. Yikes. How it was administered. It was administered almost as if one man controlled everything, and that was Lynn Harris. Oh.
Carry on.
Wow. In terms of the management, in terms of the manager of the finances of the peace program, that has been horrible, no accountability. There was a budget of EC 10 million, and that budget was busted in June. The program is probably about 2 million a month or more per month. They busted the budget. We can't account for a lot of the money. We know that a lot of the money did not reach the guys who are on the program. That money went somewhere else, said Dr. Drew during the interview on September 28th.
Wow.
I know.
You calling names, man.
Listen. Apart from the budgetary issues of the program, the Prime Minister said there was no provisions to have Social Security paid for those on the program, similar to how Social Security provisions were made for people on the Skills Training Empowerment Program, STEP. Dr. Drew also shared that the number of participants in the program grew by more than 100% between June and August of this year, from 600 to about 1,300 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you was in there?
No.
Okay, I just.
And I asked.
They put you on the peace program,
No.
friend, Lord. Your lifestyle wasn't what they were looking for.
It wasn't alternative enough?
No.
All right.
There are provisions in the hierarchy in the committee who have said, there are persons in the hierarchy in the committee who have said they knew nothing about the numbers exploding that much on the program. So it went from here and just exploded just because before the elections, which tells me it was used as an election gimmick. But I'm concerned about where a lot of the money went. That 10 million was busted quickly, and we know that there were channels where the money went. Well, tell us now. That has been stopped, but we know the cost of it. Oh. The Prime Minister said it was discovered that much of the funds allocated to the program did not make it into the hands of the participants and expressed that he was sad to learn the fact. Question remains, where did the money go? Good question. Although the program has been a controversial topic since its inception, coordinator of the Alternative Lifestyle Pathway Program, Major Coyote Sutton, said the program had made intangible gains in March of this year. What is the future of the program? The program continues, and according to the Prime Minister, they are working on improving the initiative. We are moving now in a position to create transparent and open programs where we'll give people on the program opportunity to advance themselves. Some might be interested in going to study. Some might be interested in small businesses. Some might be interested in pursuing other things. So we want the program to be open, transparent, and so forth. And to make sure that we create a program that our people will be pleased with. So, of course, that takes time to transition. But the committee that we have given is the commitment, these glasses killing me. I cannot see. But the commitment that we have given is that we will not leave anybody without bread. We will make sure that we put something in place, Social Security is paid, and we'll make sure that there are alternative opportunities for the persons on the program. Try again, friend.
It's a long story, Brian. Mm-hmm. Try again? It's harder to get you know.
It's true. You should have been the 13.
That is correct. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I kind of foresee this coming because this has been like a topic since the last administration. The peace program has always been on people's minds. What it is, a lot of people don't understand how it works. They literally think that people just getting paid to not commit crimes. Mm-hmm. They don't realize that there's value in actually trying to help people because it's the same way we think that when somebody goes to jail, they're supposed to be rehabilitated. We often know that's not the case. So instead of waiting until they get to that point, why not try to rehabilitate them now when you recognize that there may be people in society that have chosen to do things that may not be so, productive. Mm-hmm. Try to help them to find other options because we already know why a lot of the people that commit crimes. We know that, one, they come from a different socio-economic background. We know that they're not getting the opportunities a lot of us may get. Mm-hmm. The education might not be the best, so their opportunities are limited, so they turn to these things. Mm-hmm. Or it's just how they grew up. So if we could show them that things can be better, then I agree with it, but I don't agree with robbing the government.
Yeah, I think the Prime Minister's comments are not against the program, mm-hmm. but against the misuse of the program.
Which is fair.
Right, and if it was indeed misused, then that's a whole matter by itself.
Well, we're going to find out because God going to tell us.
God going to tell us.
That is one thing we can count on. God is going to tell us.
I want that to be a thing.
What? God
going to tell us.
No, I think it is. I think it's... if it's not, it's going to develop into a thing.
Yeah.
Anything happen in the country and we don't agree with it?
Yeah.
God going to tell us.
But that 100% increase in the numbers between February and June. What, March and June they said, sorry?
So let me tell you. And it was a short period.
Yeah.
It's a little...
It doesn't look good.
No.
It doesn't look
June
good.
and August.
Yeah, 2 months?
Between June and August.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is... You see, if these are indeed the facts, I don't understand why people think that these things wouldn't raise suspicion. Because it's one thing to do something slowly, trickle here, trickle there. But if you increase something so dramatically in 1-2 months, we can see,
Yeah, but you're gonna only see if they lose, which they did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you think a lot of things that happened, allegedly, that if it is true, Gath definitely going to tell us. You think a lot of these things were done because they didn't expect to lose?
I don't know. I don't know if they didn't expect to lose, but what I do know is that they definitely put the best foot forward and tried their very best to win, and Labour did as well. Pam did. It was a really difficult fight.
Yeah, let me hear your thoughts. What did you think about the last election?
Boy.
Yeah, that's usually how people start.
I'll say this. Team Unity made it very easy for Labour to get back into office.
Wow.
And based on
not what I expected, but
and what did you expect?
I don't know.
And I'm not saying the Labour Party didn't work hard. I'm not saying they didn't run a good campaign. They did. But it was definitely a lot less difficult for them to secure Church Street as a result of the infighting.
Yes.
Between PLP, PAM, and CCM.
And the thing is, right? We told them so. We said it here. Stop fighting. Work it out. If you want to keep out office, work it out. Yeah. Because the alternative ain't looking so pretty. And I guess.
And what I realized, because I stayed up all night on election night.
I did too, but for different reasons. I had to work.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I stayed up and as the results were coming in, I got the idea. Not the idea, sorry. I finally understood what the electorate in St. Kitts and Nevis were thinking during the campaign and on election day. I often use the analogy when I'm speaking to people of a household, right? And the electorate were the children, and they were tired of mommy and daddy fighting.
So they're gonna live in auntie.
So they went by auntie house. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And you can tell that because of the results of the support for the People's Action Movement specifically. Pam led the way into the motion of no confidence.
Yeah, boy.
The leader of PAM was the first person to come out and say, "Lord, this thing ain't working," at the PAM convention, and story. They gathered their candidates, and I believe they hoped to secure the government again.
Which,
because of the fact that they came out and they were honest about what was happening and things. But it backfired.
Yeah,
and the people were like, no, like you and daddy, mommy keep fighting, and we don't want any more fighting. And they went to the more secure, the more stable option, which was the Labour Party, which is anti-Labour.
Anti-Labour, yes. The thing is, right, I think the reason it backfired was because, yes, they were open and honest. However, you can convince me that you're being open and honest now when you were a part of all what was happening. So you were essentially talking about yourself as well, Like a lot of the things that you were telling us, oh, this is happening and that was happening, but this been happening and all of that while you were in power.
Yeah.
So it's like...
One thing about St. Kitts people and Nevis people, they want to stupid when they want to be.
Yeah.
They ain't stupid by accident. They are consciously stupid when they want to be stupid. And what you can't fool them with is exactly what you just explained.
Yeah.
Like, it's very difficult. Like for example, like one of the defenses of the People's Labour Party during the campaign that I noticed was the fact that in December, when they were in Parliament, CCM and PAM lauded Timothy Harris for being the best thing that ever happened since sliced bread, and he's the best leader and the best way forward and thing.
I even asked the Honourable Matt Brantley about that when we interviewed him, because
what
I'm like, I can't remember. But
most likely it was spin. But then 3 months later, he's a devil.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that were like...
And that's what confused...
just tell us.
Yeah, that's what confused St. Kitts and Nevis people. And I believe that's why they say, you know what? Are you going on the back burner?
Yeah.
We're going with Labour because something is adding up.
Yeah.
Is either you're lying December or you're lying March. Either way,
But somewhere
something
between
added
there.
up. Something added up. So.
That was one of the first things that jumped out at me during the election cycle. That and how some of the ministers were saying they don't know about programs, but these were programs that they had to discuss in Parliament. So
not just that. You cannot ever be in government or in cabinet and say you don't know.
Exactly. So it's like it's either you're lying or you're
find out. How are you gonna be?
Lion said that you're not gonna find out.
Yes, sir. You can't. People elected you to be there to represent them,
to
represent
work.
their interests. How can you say I don't know nothing about that when people ask you about things they're supposed to know about? It's
like,
political
what?
suicide.
Yeah, that one, even, I am not politically inclined in any way, but even that was like, I don't feel like you should really be telling us that you don't know about things that you're obviously supposed to know about. That, like, it wasn't a light thing, like, you know, you ain't know who moved this from one desk to another. You ain't know about policies and programs and where money going and all kind of things. Like, so excuse me?
Yeah, and if your conscience is bothering you, you ain't have to lie. Just say I don't have all the details in front of me, but let me get back to you on that.
That's what matters.
Don't say me no.
Yeah, that one was.
I believe a lot of politics 101 mistakes were made over the last few months.
I think so too.
By all three parties actually.
Yeah.
It's just a Labour just emerged victorious, but all three of them made some really rookie politics 101 first their class mistakes. That even people who aren't inclined would say that made no sense.
And I think that was the biggest thing for a lot of people. That we were listening to the rhetoric, but a lot of it was like, okay, but that doesn't sound like it makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. And if I am not even somebody who is like deep into politics, and this ain't make sense to me.
Yeah, and one thing I was taught a long time ago when I was in Canada is a confused mind always says no.
Oh, okay.
A confused mind always says no. And what Team Unity did was confuse the country as to what was really happening inside the cabinet there.
And then everybody was like,
it was he
nah.
said, she said, no, I said first, no, it was my idea, no, it wasn't your idea, it was my idea.
I don't know about that, but you
last week you was a good prime minister, this week you ain't a good prime minister. I think eventually the country just say, you know what? It's too much back and forth. We need something stable, we need something secure. And Labour was just there, like shiny and polished and brand new. Like the brand new car at the dealership.
Yeah, they literally had the perfect position when it came to this. Because a lot of the work that they did, they were helped by the rhetoric. Like you're never supposed to give your opponents so much ammunition that they don't even have to go out and try to think and figure it out. Because the things were there, the issues were there, the reasons why people were moving away from a party that they supported and a government that they supported is because it was right there. You didn't have to figure out, like, okay, what was happening. Because first everybody was confused, Everybody was like, what's happening here? I always said this was triggered by the incidents of last lap. After that, things just went south. So south.
I think there were two key people in this whole situation that could have made other decisions, other choices, and we wouldn't be here today. And that is the leader of PAM and that's the leader of PLP.
Sorry, the leader of PAM and the leader of PLP? Okay.
Yeah, the ball was in their court to fix this. So if you were Timothy, what would you have done when Mark and Sean presented you with 18 requests?
18, you know? 18 long requests. Some of them didn't even make no sense because how you going to tell people don't go on Facebook? Go post.
So what would you have done if you were the Prime Minister, Dr. Harris, and you received that letter with the 18 requests? You read the request, right?
Yeah.
What would have been your response?
No, I feel like I would have responded the same way, man. I feel like that would have been my
So even in hindsight, knowing that it led to him being not Prime Minister anymore, you would have still responded the same,
Well, no, that's not I was going to not be in office. Maybe I would have tried to come to a better compromise. But then I don't
but
feel...
everybody knew.
that
Everybody, from time, Timothy said, no. Not him to one, to all.
Yeah, main even...
There was only one course of action after that.
Elections.
So you as a PM knowing that you got to go into election and you ain't got a party.
But I think the thing is to maybe because he felt like he was doing so much for the country.
That people would lean to him?
Yeah.
I believe so too.
I think he thought that his record would have shown that, okay, yeah, I'm doing all of these things, the people going to be with me.
And that's what he campaigned on too.
Yeah, the people was like,
That's what he campaigned on.
Nah.
But I believe...
Me feeling that.
I believe egos and
Definitely.
got in the way of the country.
Definitely.
The country's best interest. And here we are.
Because even one of the interviews that I had with the honorable, I'm sorry, not honorable, with Sean.
He's still honorable.
He in government, still not forget, sorry.
He's in parliament.
Yes, he's in parliament, sorry. Yeah, on the opposition. Which is well, because imagine the three people who were trying to... The three people who said they want to work together have to work together. You either work together in the government or you work together in parliament. Choice is yours.
And the thing is, if they work together, they got a strong opposition, you know?
Yeah. But do you think they would be able to put things aside and actually do the job that they have?
No.
Boy, that kind of crazy, because it wasn't like just it wasn't like a regular election. This was nasty.
Feelings were hurt.
What?
Feelings were hurt.
Amali, I literally could listen to the candidates and say, yeah, you hurt.
Yeah,
You hurt.
They were hurt.
Like, personally, you hurt. Whatever happened behind closed doors, because of course we don't know everything. Certain things that happen behind closed doors really hurt some feelings. Like, I feel like it's like you got a group of friends and all of a sudden things happening in the circle, and everybody feelings starting to get hurt, so everybody starts to get personal now, and they come on Facebook and start to, this is a regular kitty thing, eh?
Yeah.
They come on Facebook and start to argue and say, well, this person do this and this, and we're like...
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not resolved. It ends right there. Labour got it good though, because as a result of the infighting, I believe we're going to have a very weak opposition.
Yeah,
So congratulations, Dr. Joe.
Again, you won twice.
Big straight road ahead, yeah?
Bye. Because, yeah, truly, if the opposition has a job to do and they can't even, they're not even... Did Sean say that he will never talk to Tim again? Did Max say he will never talk to Tim again?
I don't know.
I try to remember if they said that... Or maybe it was Jonah who said that he ain't gonna talk to Tim again. Somebody said they ain't talking to Tim again. And hopefully ain't somebody on the opposition bench, because that can't make no sense.
What do you think is in store for the PLP and the People's Action Movement in terms of the future of the parties?
There got a lot of rebuilding to do, I could tell you that. Well, not so much PLP, because PLP new. So they're just starting out. They could, try to weed out some things. But PAM been around for a while.
I think they both need to be revamped.
Yeah. But I'm saying it might be easier for PLP to revamp than PAM.
100%.
Based on...
history and so.
Yeah.
PAM has very, very deep roots.
Yeah.
That influence the direction of the party. But yeah, they both need to be revamped. Do you feel like Timothy and Sean should resign as leaders of these parties and let somebody else?
Not yet.
Do you think the country is would be willing to accept them as leaders again after this terrible fight?
Give them 5 years.
And then see what happens?
Yeah.
But election in 5 years. We can't wait till 5 years to see what happens.
Well, we're going to have to. We're going to have to, man. I feel like you need to give people some time. Kittians, their memory kind of short sometimes. So you have to give them a good period, like a good grace period, before you could come back and be like, yeah, we're ready to do this again. Because you're going to be like, no. We literally remember 2 years ago, y'all was on something else and forced us into an election. And I think that's one thing that rubbed people the wrong way to it. The fact that we were forced into an election after having an election 2 years ago.
Who was forced?
Us.
I had nothing to do.
What do you mean?
What you have to do for the election?
Be there.
Go stand up in the line?
And listen to every single night you had to listen to a politician, no?
Yeah.
You can't wear this color. People on Facebook cussing you because you just... it was chaos.
They can't even do no work. For none of them.
None. Can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing.
It was total chaos.
But people felt like democracy was under threat, and that's the remedy. Go to the polls.
Well, Is what I asked for.
They went to the polls
They did. And the poll spoke
with a microphone.
loudly.
With a microphone.
Yeah. So now we're here. Yeah, now we're here. So we're about to.
But what I can say about the new administration is I love the fact that they're giving a lot of young people great opportunities to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Warms my heart.
It should.
I'm very tired of dinosaurs in government.
We've
in key
seen how that
positions.
does not work.
There are people who are in government today that were in government when I was in primary school.
Nonsense.
There are people in government today who can't lift up their head good because they backbend. That's how old they be.
Some people just need to go home and rest.
Look after your grandchildren. Stop it.
Yeah, like why do you still want to be doing this?
Anyway, kudos to the new administration for putting faith and trust in, some really, really youthful youth too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are directors that are 22 years old.
Look at history, eh?
it's
Look
crazy.
at history. Listen, sometimes when you need the job done, you need people who are directly in the job.
Yeah.
Don't give people the job and say, well,
Yeah.
hopefully you can figure it out. You got a degree in health, but we're going to put you in entertainment and hope that you thrive.
Anyway, congrats to all the young appointees in the current administration. I hope you folks will, do us well and make us proud as the, what be Generation X or before that?
I don't even know which one maybe.
Man,
Yeah.
I know the 20 was definitely Generation last, the last one.
Last, for sure.
Yeah, but she seems to be a very competent and intelligent young woman.
Yes.
So I wish her all the best and all the rest of them too.
Yeah, and if you get moved, so you go.
Under the banyan tree.
Yeah. They're saying you. Y'all know this is how we go. Yeah. New administration gonna make some changes. They can't just guide you there because you feel like you should be there.
Yeah. Make it otherwise. I actually believe in Coney's man, 100%.
You believe in shifting?
Yeah, I want my people in there. 100%. Why would you have people in there working against interest?
True. So sometimes it's good to be
if I was able to be Prime Minister and they say, but I'm not, boy, cronyism and nepotism, I say yes, 100%.
I am for it.
I am for it.
Well, speaking of the new administration, Uncle Dwyer has a question for them. Uncle Dwyer has a question for them. It says, Astefan questions presence of businesswoman seen with SK and UNGA delegation. Social commentator Dwyer Astefan has raised questions. Why do they keep calling him a social commentator? He is, but he is not a former politician though.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like they need to put a little more on the name.
Yeah. The honorable.
Yeah. Remember this? Listen, I still remember them old time calendar with all the when they look young, Doug is still there.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the only one still there, right?
From way back?
Yeah. The gym.
Was it the gym? Yeah.
And they'll be hitting the gym and looking spunky, you stop there.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, better than us. But yes, Mr. Dwyer Astefan has raised questions surrounding the makeup of the St. Kitts and Nevis contingent at the 77th. You're not accustomed to be up early, no?
No.
I realize.
Well, I wake up at 7 every day.
Oh.
But I'm still not a morning person.
Got you. Yes, he has raised some questions about the makeup of the contingent at the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly held in New York. In a recent commentary, Astefan, a veteran lawyer and former minister, questioned the presence of a lady in the delegation believed to be associated with Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate, the company constructing the prison at the Estridge Estate that was shrouded in controversy under the former administration. Well then. Comment what?
Commentator?
Commentate. That's what is it? Is me can read? Well, I know I can't read, but oh, it is commentator. Yeah, right. Yes, sitting in the St. Kitts Nevis delegation at the UN General Assembly was a female who is a high-level person in Caribbean Galaxy, a Chinese-owned company doing business here and in other Caribbean countries which have CBI, Citizenship by Investment programs. What was she doing there? Who invited her? Why was she allowed to sit there when our tourism minister, Marsha Henderson, was in New York at the time, and the exposure and experience of sitting in the assembly would have done her some good? Or in the absence of Minister Henderson, why not select a deserving young Kittian on a vision studying in the area to get the exposure and experience? Why is this Chinese lady from Galaxy? What's going on? She is not a diplomat for the country, or is she? And if she is, that needs to be corrected immediately. Neither. Why are you laughing? It's worried, eh? Neither was she a dignitary or a national icon, as the fan said. Boy.
What? They see half all this then?
Yes.
Yeah,
No. The construction of the prison sparked strong public debate and was a hot-button topic during the recently concluded general elections. Joining in the call for clarity on the project was Honorable Sean Richards. Hey, see? Opposition working. Former Deputy Prime Minister who questions the approval process and cost after he was dismissed as a member of cabinet by former Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris. What y'all got to put in that?
How is that relevant?
Like, we know.
Anyway,
Listen, I thought I misreading this at all. Like, how we got from he agree with doing it to he was
Timothy send him home. Oh Lord, poor Sean.
Imagine how Kittitians and Nivisions felt and still feel about the leader of this Chinese company that did the prison deal with the Harris administration sitting in the General Assembly. A deal which you will remember caused great anger and outrage in St. Kitts to the extent that it became a major issue for voters in the August 5th elections. But that was kind of your fault, though. Yeah, it was you. You tell us.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know. Whew. Imagine this woman sitting at the UN as a part of the delegation of a country whose citizens and residents, whose voters rejected this prison deal with angry and outraged. That's not exactly what happened.
No.
I feel like, did you feel outraged over the prison?
No, the prison was supposed to be built since 10 years ago.
Yes, man. May feel like.
I believe the argument about the prison was the fact that there are more important things to focus on.
True.
Nobody said we don't need a prison.
Incidentally, some Galaxy people were also present at the swearing-in ceremony of the new cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
When contacted press secretary to Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, Mrs. Adelcia Connor Furlans, who said that there was no Asian lady part of the St. Kitts and Nevis delegation at the UN General Assembly. Let me scroll back up to this picture
Check
here.
the picture again, then?
Because,
Is she African, no?
well,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So that's a St. Kitts and Nevis. This is the box. That's a Chinese lady.
Yeah, see right next to my schoolmate,
Yeah.
Asha Padasha.
Yeah, like not right behind Uncle Dougie, but close. So what she mean that there wasn't?
Anyway, continue.
Okay, maybe she didn't see her in the picture. The picture that she gave. Okay. According to Connor Furlans, the delegation included Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Yeah, he in the picture.
We're going good.
Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, Minister of
Yeah,
she in the picture.
we're going good.
Mrs. Neris Dockery.
Yeah, she was there, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Naima Hazel.
Right.
Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Samuel Berridge. Senior Assistant Secretary, Regional Integration and Diaspora Unit Officer of the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Gurdit Bath. Is this here, man? I'm going to say what after. And Mr. Dylan Edmead, aide to the Prime Minister. According to Connor Furlans, the lady in question is Mrs. Ying Jin, a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, who attended at the invitation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs as a guest. So she's saying she was a guest. She wasn't a part of the delegation.
Correct.
Okay.
She's being technical.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Hold on. Because I'm trying to remember if this is the same man we talked about last week with the Chuxi situation. Maybe it's not, and I'm mixing up the names them. But I can tell you now. So what do you think about this, friend?
If she was indeed a guest The same guy?
Yes.
Okay, back to that. if she was indeed a guest of the Honorable, Dr. Douglas, I think that's fine. As long as she wasn't there on taxpayers' money. As long as the hotel room wasn't paid for with taxpayers' money. And secondly, I think what raises a lot of concern with locals here is the fact that, she is of Chinese descent, allegedly, and that St. Kitts and Nevis has a very close relationship with
Taiwan?
with the Republic of Taiwan.
Yeah, apparently even if they go to war, we got to go to. So I don't know.
Right, and some see it as a slap in the face to Taiwan that this young lady is seen pictured with our delegation. Whether she was a part of the delegation officially or not, she's in the photograph sitting behind the St. Kitts sign at the UN.
She definitely was.
So it doesn't really matter if she was an invitee or if she was a part of the delegation or if she was an ambassador or even if she was there to clean somebody's shoes. The fact of the matter is she is in the photograph sitting with the delegation at the UN in New York. And I think that's what's raising concern.
Yeah. And then I guess another thing would be, well, I can't really say it. The prison thing, again, we didn't really, y'all is the one who made us care about that. Y'all forced that on us, that we should care about the fact that a prison is being built under the, as y'all put it, the Harris-led administration. Mind you, they were all in cabinet when they agreed to this, but it was under the Harris-led administration, and if she does have the contract, like, somebody has to build it. Somebody has to build it, man. And if ain't y'all, you're gonna be somebody. And they did mention that it was going to be on the Galaxy. I guess y'all thought that she I don't know, where y'all thought she was supposed to not be friends with anybody else. I'm trying to figure out like what we were supposed to feel bad about. The fact that she there, or is that she building the prison and now is seen with the delegation, but she was contracted under the Harris-led administration, as I say. Like, which part of this we supposed to be outraged about?
This prison was supposed to be built long time.
In front of
it didn't just pop up.
Prison smell.
I can tell you, at least 6 or 7 years ago, I saw ads on SKN Vibes, putting out. I can't remember what the official term for it is when you put out things.
A press release?
Like to open bidding for the contract and so.
Oh man, I don't know what you call.
There's a term for it.
Yeah.
I saw that as far back as 6 or 7 years ago on online for the building of the new prison. So I'm not against the new prison. It's necessary.
It is.
I'm more in favor of a new hospital.
Listen.
I'm more in favor of renovating our schools. Many of our schools are in disrepair with cracked walls and infestation.
Some of them don't even have internet.
Right. I think that's more of a priority.
I think so too.
But the prison is still necessary.
Yeah. So this thing that I was telling you, wait, let me take a call first before I move on to what I'm about to tell you about. Good morning, Carly, you're live.
Quickly, tender. Put out tender.
Oh, yeah, that's the word. Thank you, sir.
That's the word, yeah, okay. Later.
Thank you. Well, there you go. Did you hear about Vibes Carton engagement? Congratulations to him. The man make a whole woman fly from England.
That's nice.
To Jamaica while he in jail. Some of y'all men need to do better. Yeah, y'all clearly in loving women and doing all the good things them right. Cartel is doing it, so Cartel fiance is willing to relocate.
But he was always a lover boy.
Exactly. Just listen to his songs. Good morning, Carly, you're live.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back, Marley.
Good morning, thank you very much.
Oh, we sure miss you.
Give me blush.
I'm the clown of your head.
I'm telling
anyway,
you.
Now, the presence of the Chinese lady in the delegation, doesn't it send them a diplomatic message? Are we intending to shift to mainland China? Because that's what I kept thinking, Because you can't have a Chinese sitting down there among our delegation and then go up on the platform and say that we're standing with Taiwan. sending conflicting. That is how I interpret it, eh?
Right, right.
I don't know if it ever occurred to you like that.
Well, yeah, and I think that is the concern of many people that are
Yes,
upset
a
about
concern.
it. Yeah.
Because you remember, if anybody think that time, I'm going to just walk away. You remember the Grenada situation?
Yes.
When Grenada decided to switch after they would have gotten all these things from Taiwan and loans, Taiwan took them to the court.
Yep.
And took possession of the airport.
Yeah.
So if anybody think they could just get up and switch, or in Taiwan and the investment they put down and they're still collecting it, I think it was a poor decision to walk with the lady. She could have sit down in the audience.
Right. Like that the same thing I was thinking as well. Like, I don't think it was
the Chinese government noticed it, you know. The Chinese government noticed it. Or sometimes we do things unaware. But the impact, and I hope Dr. you think about it, the impact. You could do business with them, they could be citizens. But once you have established diplomatic relations, you don't do that public display.
Yeah.
So when are we going to switch? Because that is the question now. Do we intend to switch? All right, then good morning to everybody. Nice having you again, Omari.
Bye. Well, go ahead. I'm going to tell you about the man after.
Yeah. And the thing is, with the situation, I mean, the administration may respond and defend themselves, saying, well, she's a citizen and she wasn't there in official capacity and thing. But perception is more powerful than reality.
Yeah.
In terms of politics, perception is more important than reality. We have to take a look at how things are perceived before we do them. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Not right and wrong in this thing, you know.
It's how we look.
It is how it is perceived, right? And you could be as right as a white shoe, and a white sock, and a white glove. But if it is perceived as offensive, then it will be offensive, and there's nothing you could say to change that.
True.
So I believe the administration needs to focus on how things are perceived and not on being right. And I think if they do that, they will have a very prosperous term in office, and I hope they take heed. Where's about the fella now?
So, last week, we were doing a follow-up on Chuxi. You remember that situation?
No.
Okay, so Mr. Chuxi was
Oh, that's somebody's name?
yes.
Oh, dear.
He is an Indian, he was an Indian, he used to do something in India. A lot of money, got a lot of money. He went to, he said he rescinded his Indian citizenship for his Antiguan one. He moved to Antigua. India trying to get him back because apparently, allegedly, he stole some lot of jewels and whatever.
Of course.
Yeah. So one day, Mr. Chuxi was visiting a friend, this lady he met in Antigua. He went to her house and he woke up in Dominica.
Where's that? Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes, so he went to his friend's house in Antigua. And he woke up in Dominica on a boat. And police was there waiting on him.
To come where?
To arrest him for illegal entry.
Into Dominica?
Yeah. Mind you.
He went to Antigua.
And he woke up in Dominica and police was then there waiting. He ain't reached there like regular people, eh? He was kidnapped. They kidnapped him and took him to Dominica because then they were trying to get him.
So they gas him or something?
I don't know how they do it.
Hey, wake up.
I don't know.
The man wake up and he don't read Dominica?
He woke up in Dominica. The Indian government flew in a plane to extradite him from Dominica back to India to face the charges, right? But his lawyer fought it and was like, y'all can't do that. I mean, actually, I woke up on a boat, tied up. Y'all found me. How I illegally enter your country?
Wow. Well, obviously he was set up. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
So he got back to Dominica and, you know, they had court cases and all kind of thing. The plane had to go leave him because... Oh, also that nobody knew he was in Dominica for a couple of days, eh? Yeah. The police knew, but they didn't tell nobody for a couple of days. Yeah.
Sounds stink to me.
Yeah. So, one of the people here that... I don't know, I think it's the same person because there were some media outlets who had to apologize for including him. So, the kidnappers for Mr. Chuxi was 2 people from England, I think. A Kitishan.
Nah, man, there's a makeup story. How come I hear about this, man?
I don't know. I promise you, we'll make up this. With me and him talk about this for a good while because we couldn't believe it. The more the story happened, the world like that. Because when we India,
You know, I pay out.
what?
Things hard, yeah.
So, they were saying that the Kitishan was Mr. Gurdip. Where he gone? Mr. Gurdip Bath, right? I think it's probably last week we read the story and we went to Google Mr. Gurdip Bath.
I realize it work for Joe.
Rich. But, so apparently, several media houses had to apologize to Mr. Gurdip Senior with the king.
Oh, okay.
And Gaston the follow him on Twitter.
Oh.
And then he was with some other person. But he also does donates like trucks of food to St. Kitts. Like I think at
So
Christmas.
this girl that was with Joey in there?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
I
Or
think
somebody else named Gurdip Bath?
that's what we was trying to figure out. Somebody, matter of fact, one of the news people need to figure out if it's the same man. But from what they're saying, it is. But anyway, so a Caribbean, I think it's a Nevis-based news outlet, SK News, apologized to Gurdip Bath after the media house published several defamatory articles. In a lengthy apology, the letter published on the website, August 2021, published some article that he was involved in the disappearance of Mr. Chuxi. So they're saying that this man was a part of helping kidnap Mr. Chuxi over in Antigua.
That's crazy.
But, you know, he sued them. Because he said, how am I to say it's me? Oh, yeah, it's me. So he sued them and they had to do a retraction. So, yeah. It's a wild Chuxi story. It was a wild Chuxi story. Amali, please don't beef the guest.
Sorry.
Do not beef the guest, Amali, okay? She gonna apologize to you.
No, she's not.
I know.
And even if she does, I don't want it.
Okay, well, I tried to fix it. But yeah, wild story. Let's go back to the phone lines and see what they have to say. Good morning, Carl. Are you live?
Hi, good morning, folks. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I just want to touch on that issue from the last statement Ms. Henry made. When I look at those photographs in the assembly, and I saw the woman, I say, experience should have counted. The experience that the former Prime Minister have, something should have jumped out at him to deny the request from that lady. I feel like the woman asked, and he should just say, yes, ma'am, you could go. And he organized everything to get the woman in. And he put a stain on Dr. Drew. Because he was the leader of the delegation. And maybe Dr. Drew just said and thought it would have been okay. But sometimes people have to think. You think that experience should have told him that he should have acted differently. And I'm very concerned about these matters because, you see, small things will end up big. And when you look forward for experience to show up, it don't show up. So sometimes we, at a certain age, we just have to fade away, ride away in the white horse, and leave everything to the younger folks, let them continue and do what they need to do. So to me, he or them, that matter. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Boy, I foresee this is going to be something that continues to be a topic for a good while. Like, I feel like this ain't going to just go away like that.
Yeah, it was not good look.
No.
And like I say, it doesn't matter if they're right. It is perceived as wrong. Therefore, it is wrong.
Yeah.
That's how politics go. and life in public life. Yeah, that's how we go.
So I'd just be quiet when I come off the radio. Serves me well. Yeah. But we have a COVID update. Remember when COVID was hot by?
What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
What name COVID?
Yeah. Well, the Ministry of Health, they're saying that there's a change in the data reporting on COVID-19. Yeah. Since the start of the pandemic, the Ministry of Health has been keeping the general public appraised on the virus spreading with daily situation reports. We also were producing daily reports on the vaccination coverage once a vaccine became available to the public. We have come a long way over the last 2 years. The virus is now endemic. That's what it's about polio, you know. And polio is back. But
so it's pandemic.
Pandemic.
Okay, I understand.
Because boy, how things going here? Anything can happen. Next thing you know, a super strain come out. We're back where we was in 2020. Anyway, it's 2020 or 2021?
Not me, I didn't. I'm not putting on the mask again.
You rather just go on a t-shirt?
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Okay.
I'm not getting back to that life.
It wasn't very fun. It was not very fun. So you go. The daily positive case count is at an all-time low, praise the Lord. And life is back to near normal with a significant rollback of most of the COVID-19 protocols. The Ministry of Health no longer sees it fit to publish a daily situation report. We will, however, continue to collect information regarding vaccination coverage, infection, and recovery from COVID-19 so we can follow the trends in viral replication and spread as we emerge from the pandemic.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Ministry of Health. Finally.
Thank you. I know.
Let's move on.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah, it's been a long time.
They move on a long time, eh?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people, man. A lot of people move on. All when COVID was hot, they was moving on. They did not care.
Yeah. I remember one time my woman asked me, Mister, why you not wearing a mask? I said, because I'm vaccinated. She said, yeah, but you're still supposed to wear a mask, but you could still contract the virus and things and so. I said, man, didn't needle in my hand for no reason. I was told by the government that vaccination is so we can go back to normalcy. So me vaccinated and still wearing a mask. It's one or the other.
You know,
she said, that's how it work? I said, that's how it work for me. You have a call?
No.
Oh, okay.
How did that work out for you?
I'm perfectly fine.
See, there you go.
I ain't seen nobody wearing a mask.
Somebody said that is not true. I had COVID for 3 weeks. I am just feeling like myself. Please continue to protect yourself from persons traveling into the country. Okay, got you, Miss Sonia. Make sure you stay at home still.
What's not true, though?
Me no.
Oh, okay.
I think she mean that is in an
endemic.
the endemic. Yeah. See?
No, but there will still be cases.
Yeah, a little trickles here and there, a little spikes here and there, but ain't as bad. Yeah. And foot and mouth disease. Yep.
Yeah, that's what happening right now in the preschools and so.
Yeah. And guess what I have? And guess what you have? Preschoolers. Yeah. Every day something, you know? Every day something.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't want anything to stress me on.
That's good.
I cross bridges when I get to them.
Yes.
I don't worry about the bridge that's 10 miles down the road.
You shouldn't.
Otherwise, you're going to just
stress out yourself? Yeah.
The pressure up and can't sleep good and everything and so. I'm not about that life anymore.
Oh. Peace.
Eternal peace.
What?
Absolute peace.
You need to share that remedy with me.
Yeah.
Tell me how you get to that place.
A young lady told me the other day, she said, I'm going to stress you out. I said, impossible. I said,
but why would you threaten to stress out somebody? What kind of threats these girls making?
I don't know. But I tell her, I would quickly make you question your position in my life. Like, wow, like this man love me? Than to let you stress me.
Oh, because you ain't...
Make no game is on 400%.
She sound like she's toxic.
Well, a lot of them toxic.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah. She said, oh, but you got a daughter, she going to stress you when she... I said, not even she.
But why she feel like your daughter going to stress you? Why she projecting...
Nobody going to stress me out.
Why she projecting that onto your child?
Nobody going to stress me out.
That's good. Living in peace is a good place to be.
Yeah.
So I just stay in my house.
Yeah. When I tell her stop one and she wants to stop one, well, fall then.
That's how I feel about Jaden. You know? If I tell Jaden do something twice, I can't do it.
Jaden, if you tell Jaden do something 18 times, he ain't gonna do it.
No, he can do it. He's a changed child.
For Joe? Oh, okay.
He's going into his own. He stopped being the little terrorist that he once was.
My mother was that they was Bin Laden by him.
Something in these boy trend, these new boy trend.
This is the KFC.
The KFC. I think so too.
You would think KFC when you were breastfeeding?
No. Well, may remember. Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. Anyway.
We love KFC.
I love it bad.
Bye. Listen.
It's a problem, actually.
It is. Because no matter how many times as a man eating KFC, let me be outside and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Me never thinking about nothing else. I need a spicy toy.
I had KFC yesterday.
See? I had KFC Wednesday. Well, we have to keep Mr. Grant afloat. You know, he's currently unemployed, so something had to work out.
The man gonna laugh for him, stop it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget.
Stop your stupidness.
I forget. Don't vex with me. So General tell me, General say he unemployed. So I assume everybody unemployed.
Unemployed from the government.
Well, he needs to be specific.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Make up Jeppy to one time. He might be listening. As he does.
Anything else to do?
Yeah, that's my point.
Good morning, Jeppy.
That is literally my point. He has nothing else to do but sit and listen to us. So, but guys, it's time for us to take a break because we have a very special guest in the studio who my host is currently beefing.
That's a matter of opinion.
For a very ridiculous reason, I might add. But she will explain herself when we get back. So stick and stay, guys, for more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
Should just move this on glasses, baby.
The cap, find the code, win it. Thousands in prizes, iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals, that's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars, purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade or 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending cashback at Horsewoods. Yes, it's that time of the year. Double cashback coupon season is here. The season when Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances gives away millions in free groceries with every FlexPay purchase and a chance to win 1 year in free groceries with a never-ending double cashback. Yes, the Horsewoods never-ending double cashback is back for even more free groceries. This is double cashback coupon season, so come today and get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries in the never-ending double cashback promotion. Yes, happening now. Get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries with every higher purchase. The never-ending double cashback is back at Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store, where you get double cashback coupons for free groceries with every FlexPay purchase. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending savings, never-ending discounts, never-ending quality and service, and the never-ending double cashback for this double cashback coupon season. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to another episode of Island Tea, guys, on this beautiful Friday with my co-host, Amalia. What?
Pay attention. Get your thing together. Let's go.
Welcome back to Island Tea, guys, with your faves on this beautiful Friday. I am joined by a guest host, Mr. Amali, and I have a very special guest in the studio, Miss Veronica Julius. Good morning. How are you?
Indeed.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Just repeat that for me.
I'm fine. I'm good.
All right. So, firstly, I don't know why you and my co-host is beefing, but it is very serious because he's mentioned it several times to me today. So I feel like y'all should have a discussion and work out why y'all feel this way about each other.
I think he could work out, but he not love him still. We have a love-hate relationship because of chicken.
That is what I was told, and I couldn't believe it.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, he told me.
It's a hate-hate relationship over on this side.
He did mention it was because of a chicken fiasco.
I vex. Jay, tell me who come in. After I don't say yes, I who come.
I'm glad I met you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, look, the eye contact, like, with the...
Okay, all right.
Amali, let it go.
Jay, I don't Lego things. Jay, you
You
want
don't
to?
Lego things a trainer.
At all. What was Lego things for?
Yeah, so he
Are you going to do better?
And do better. I promise.
She tell me so. She tell me so every week, Jay.
But
Then
it's
there's
a long
still
time
time.
me see you.
There's still time.
What is that?
It's a long time me see you, like 3 weeks.
Okay, but I was supposed to get the chicken about
Are you-
6 months ago.
Okay, 6 months.
You know how
yeah,
much
6
3 weeks in 6 months?
Yes, guys, they're having a very serious beef over chicken. But
Right.
the reason that Miss Veronica is here, because she is a talented designer. Veronica, please tell them a little bit about yourself for people who may not know.
So my name is Veronica Julius from Sassy V Collectibles, where we make, our main product is we make bags, all handmade local bags. And we also have a line, our I Am line, which is T-shirts and journals and so on as the future goes.
Okay. So what got you into making bags? Like, was it something in your childhood that you realized that you like? But no?
No.
Okay, well, tell us, how did you get into this
So
field?
when I was young, I wanted to be a writer, but I always like dress up. Let's say dress up. And I remember we used to have a slow period which part I used to work, and I was like, let me make a bag.
Okay.
So me and the girls made a bag, and the girls say, we could sell these, and I was like, you could sell those. But in our downtime, I used to make little bags that look different to everybody else, and I couldn't even sew. I used to go by my seamstress to put it together for me. So when I decided I'm going to walk away from the job that I had, a friend of mine said, "If Veronica, you could sell these." I was like, "You could sell these weird, you could sell these. Like, nobody buy these." But then I tried it still, and after next month is going to make 7 years that we have been making bags.
Wow, that is amazing. So you just happened upon that talent that you have.
Yeah, and then I couldn't even sew. My mom used to do it for me, but then, parents just behave like how they want to behave sometimes. I used to sit down and watch, and then I decide, well, I could do it too. So then after about a few months, I started to sew them myself.
Did she also teach you how to make chicken?
Yeah, but
Veronica will get
I
Amali
wouldn't
some
know.
chicken after the show.
yeah, but
think
because
you
he
need
wants
to-
me to fry them in myself, but we don't eat chicken home, so I barely have chicken in the fridge. Like,
See, that's a good excuse.
Yeah, but tell you what happened, Jade?
No, we're going to talk about it later.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it later. You're not
Let-
going to put all
let
Veronica.
Veronica speak about her craft, see?
Yes. Don't come distract her with
Which
your chicken.
obviously is not keeping her word, but let's continue.
Oh dear, you're gonna get him to the Veronica. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't
chicken
know.
today. You know what? I'm going to go and get the chicken today.
No, please don't tell him that no more. Because he said that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
don't
buy it
matter,
though. KFC.
She's speaking to your heart.
She's speaking my language now.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll
speak.
talk after.
Yes, yes.
Right now it's about you.
Yes,
Okay.
and your lovely bag. So, where did you start selling your bags? Like, how did you really get into the market? Because I know, like, it probably would have started with your friends. You know, they're seeing it, they're saying, you know, let me support the business. But then, how did you break into the point where you could say, I could sustain myself doing this?
Well, I had to sustain myself. I wasn't working.
That's true. That's a good, that's a good starting point.
I started selling on Facebook, like putting them out on Facebook and stuff. But all the time, nobody really knew who was doing it. It took me a few years to get out of my shy shell, in a sense. But it started with maybe strangers. I think it's strangers first.
Oh,
and
it
it
always
was
is.
it was a loss most of the time. Because the first few that I made, I had to just sell them out just for people to get them. And then as I begin to learn to sew even better and better and better, I don't know, it just happened. It's God. It just, you know.
He just put you in a position where you had
Yeah,
to
he
realize
just-
your talent.
And then, you know, sometimes when you're young and you don't know about business, I would say it's 7 years in the business, but I would say the business is about 2 years old. That is when I really got up and decided, you know what, I could do this, and confident enough in myself that I could do this and I could make millions soon.
I wish you had brought some of the bags so we could see.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yes, I didn't thought of that. But you could check out my Facebook page. And right now, I don't have any bags selling right now because we have an event on the 29th of October. So everything is hidden until then.
Oh,
So we have
I
all
know.
fresh bags. So Mali, make sure you get your ticket, friend.
Well, tell us about
I thought I was going to say something watch again.
no, tell us about the event.
So our event is Sip, Shop, and Be Inspired, and it's about, we have a showcase of everything that we do, but it's not just about coming and shopping and stuff like that. We can have motivational speakers. We have about 3 motivational speakers. We are going to have musicians. It's going to be a really motivating, inspiring afternoon for both men and women to come and enjoy. And maybe have a little dancing. I don't think you can have music and don't have dancing. But the alternative for it is to showcase my different products that we have. As I said, we have t-shirts also. We have journals. We have different types of journals. Because the business is really about self-care and self-love and being confident in who you are. And that's something that I had to learn for myself in order to really distribute it.
Well, how was that journey, like coming into your self-awareness, realizing that I could get from this place where I'm not that confident, you know, I'm still not letting people know that I'm the face of this product. How did you get from there to now feeling like how you feel currently?
I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I just don't feel the confidence, but it's a everyday journey. It's a every single day journey because, you know, running a business, like I am a single parent, so it's me alone. Well, not really me alone, the children have their father, but it's me alone, so I have to do everything. So sometimes it's difficult when you thought you had sales last week and then no sales this week. So it's a process, it's an everyday process. And it starts from inside, really manifesting what I want and how I could get it, and then really working hard. But the confidence part is something that, sometimes you have to take 3 pictures to figure out which one you like best.
Yeah.
It's something like that. So it's every day I have to look in the mirror and tell myself every day, I can do this, I am amazing, and every single day.
So affirmations and
the affirmations, yeah.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
really manifesting. I started working on manifestation and really saying, because sometimes my friends would say, Veronica, like they would tell me how awesome I am, but I don't feel awesome. Like,
I think a lot of us feel that way, honestly. A lot of us, people would see certain things in you, but you wouldn't see it in yourself. So your friends could be like, oh, you're so talented, you're so awesome, you're so sweet, all of these nice things. But you internally, you don't feel any of it. You feel like they're talking about somebody else.
Like what they're talking about?
Yeah, you don't know what they're talking about. You don't see it. You don't feel it when you wake up. You feel just not yourself. But it's good to manifest and to affirm yourself, because even if you don't feel it, the more you say it, you're
The
going
more
to
you
believe
say
it.
Because I just do it in my children too. Like my son, he likes to run, and the other morning I told him I am the fastest man in the world, and he like, "Mommy, you lie." I said, "Me a lie. We are speaking it into being. We are manifesting it." He's 7. We are manifesting it. And it took me saying it 3 times before he could even repeat. But I tell him it's faith. We are building on top of it. We're going to work hard. So we are saying it's happened even though it hasn't happened before. So it's really speaking it, putting it out in the atmosphere.
Love it.
Do you want to speak us to through your creative process? Because I'm assuming that all the bags don't look the same.
No.
Different designs, different shapes, different sizes, different patterns, etc., etc. So how do you go about determining, okay, well, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and this is what I'm going to make?
Well, most of the bags are standards, but I do have a lot of those one of a kind that I wake up with it in my mind and I make it, and then I can't make a second one because I don't remember. So I have a few. I do a few of those, but the process, for me, it's stuff that is all around me. Like it have days when I'm not really progressive. Like I feel like mainly when the creativity gone, like you feel dull. But everything does come differently. Every bag comes differently, and the process of looking, because all my materials I buy overseas, so I could be as unique as possible. So sometimes it takes me weeks to find a fabric that I really, really like. Like it takes hours just going online and shopping. I don't know how lots of women do it, but
Yeah.
it takes a process of going and looking and coming back and wondering. And then sometimes you see something and say, yes, this is it. But then most of the time it takes hours and days and weeks just to find something that you like. And people would say, Veronica, you don't do things that in style. We don't do things that in style. We do things more
abstract stuff.
Yeah, more like, something that's different, something that when you go in a room, you stand out. So it's not normal.
I wouldn't say it's not in style. I would say maybe it's not the popular norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anything could be in style. It depends
So the like statement pieces?
Yeah, so it's like statement pieces. Yes, so most of them is like, and I kind of like to do 1 or 2. We have certain bags that we do about 4. But I like 1 or 2, so when you go somewhere, you ain't look like nobody. It's a totally different look to anybody else. So and I guess that's what customers like.
So from start to finish, how long would it take you to manufacture a handbag from when you get the idea to when you start to cut cloth and start to sew?
Cut everything. Well, for me, like a handbag, it takes me about an hour because a lot of different pieces that I have to put together.
I thought you know 2 days, you know? An hour?
Yeah.
An hour, sorry? No, the grammar.
Like if I don't have the idea in my head, it takes me about an hour to put everything together.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all, because I could speak for me, like it takes me hours to create a flyer or a video.
But it after the years of knowing exactly, and then I have the patterns already cut out.
The templates and everything.
Yeah, I don't have everything. And what I do,
so it does match up.
And sometimes what I do, I take a whole day and I cut out all the different patterns. So when an idea comes, I already have a pattern, and then I cut out everything else with the pattern.
Okay. So back to the show. When is the show again?
The 29th of October 2022. So it's the last Saturday in October.
And what made you want to? Sorry.
Location.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, he asked where's the location.
Over Creole restaurant.
Oh, Frigate Bay.
Yeah, over Frigate Bay. Oh, and I wanted to use someone local, someone that we could, like someone you could partner with. And we had one in 2020, which was really good. And I just decided I really wanted somewhere where I could really showcase who I am, what I'm about, what the business is about. So I decided let's do it again this year. But what I did is that I add one vendor to the event. So I'm going to have Blush Cosmetics be a part of the event this year. And then we'll see how it works out for years to come. But yeah.
Okay. And ticket price and location, how can folks get tickets to attend the event?
Okay, so Tickets, you can get your tickets at Latoya's Fashion, or you can call me. I'm trying to get it on JAD also. It makes it a little bit easier for me. But the ticket prices are $125, and you're not just paying for a ticket when you pay your $125. When you come, you get a gift bag at the door and a glass of wine.
Okay, sexy.
And then we have finger foods and we have a treat table. So you ain't just coming and you're spending your money. You're getting back something as soon as you reach by the door. And then we have a coupon. You're going to get a coupon by the door also, that any bag you buy that night, you get a percentage off. And yeah.
Sounds good to me, Amali. Sounds like a nice little...
A nice outing. Wait, what time is it?
It's at 5:30 to 9.
5:30.
So we have time. You have time to go to the little other parties afterwards, and you're done dressed.
Innovation.
You thought of everything?
Yes, she did. She did. What has been your favorite bag to make? Can you describe it? That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's a hard question. It has been so many over the years. It has been so many different. I know we have the normal clutch, but then we just don't leave it as a clutch. Sometimes we add some little trinkets and things to it. But man, I barely own a bag. Huh? Because you have ways like this. Sometimes I say, let me make a bag, and then somebody see me got it on and they want it. So what I used to go by my sisters and borrow their bag that they bought.
From you?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, because I couldn't keep a bag home. So I have one bag that I made, a black bag that I go. And you wouldn't believe it, I'm not a bag person, I'm a shoe person.
Well, I'm literally looking at your profile, and you are very stylish. You are quite the style.
Extra, ain't it?
Not extra. She's quite the fashionista. Yeah. So I can understand why you have been in this industry making these bags, and they're selling out so fast because these bags are absolutely beautiful. Look, listen.
You want to see? She just going to buy bread. Oh. Like she going in the Met Gala. Serious?
Just to buy a half a cheese.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't buy facts. You feel she going banquet. You ask her, where are you going?
Oh, just to buy half a cheese.
But we have to represent the brand. Every time I put on clothes, I have to represent the brand. Yes, so every time you see me, I have one of my bags, and I have on one of my T-shirts. Unless I'm really going somewhere that I am going to put on a T-shirt. But
I must say, your bags are literally amazing.
Thank you.
Your T-shirts, are these your T-shirts? Yes. These T-shirts are vibes. Oh, yeah, I think I want this one, Amali. Do you want us to bowl on it? I think I want one of these. Yeah. Veronica, I must say, a lot of people may be doing what you do, but you do it uniquely.
Do you have men's shirts as well?
No, well, my first one is going to come out at the event.
Really good
my first one is going to be at the event, but we are really a woman's company, and we just started to branch off into doing things for children. So we have a small children's line for boys and girls, but
just skip over the man, you know?
She didn't skip y'all. She's working her way up to y'all.
For me, I feel like I don't really know things about man. Like, I could dress a woman. I could dress a man, but I could more dress a woman and know how she would look and want to feel when she.
Well, talk to some men. Ask them some questions. Amali's a man.
Amali, what would you like on a T-shirt?
None.
Yeah, don't talk to men.
So it don't make no sense.
This is why she having problems making clothes for y'all.
Men, the weird things on shirts still?
Yeah, all kind of things. Like, which is weird. Some of them weird.
Some of them are a little questionable. But however, that's you could fix that. You could give them proper clothing to wear.
You know, you could do T-shirts, right? With the pocket is a pattern, but with the T-shirt just plain.
Yeah, they like those too.
With a pocket?
I do that.
Yeah. And you could also probably make men's wallets to just how you make bags.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or even T-shirts with just like an accent piece. Like, say for example, like a white T-shirt, but you just got like a something, I don't know what, but in leopard skin pattern. Like on the breast or
I guess for me,
or something. Simple things.
Yeah. Those are good things that men like. Yeah. But you can't wait off the men. You're going to come off as sexist, and they don't like that.
That's true. And it's so weird because men meet me in town, and it's like, it is so weird. Like, I was walking up a street an afternoon and this guy stopped. My girlfriend got a lot of your bags home, you know, like, you know.
See, he jealous. He can't, you see?
Like,
He watching the bags, he watching how good they made, the patterns and everything. And he did like, how come she ain't got nothing for man?
Can't get back, can't get chicken.
She just treating men terribly, yeah? Wow.
But eventually, as we grow, eventually we are going to go into it. Because only this year we started to do stuff for children. So I guess as we grow, but as I said, we're going to have a unisex design at the event for men and women.
I think that's a great idea.
And chicken going to be at the event, I think.
Made by you?
No.
I don't want it.
I only making the bag. So you could buy a bag then.
Okay.
There's a suggestion on the live. Someone is saying put some positive inspirations on the men's shirts.
Okay. Just like our the ladies, like, bold and...
Put some nice words on there to encourage them to be better men.
Like the word king.
No, not the word king.
It's overrated.
Because all of them ain't kings.
The word protector.
Not that either.
You see
but all the one ain't queen either, but she's making joke with queen on it, and you like it.
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
When did you say what?
That she has a shirt with queen on it that I like.
The shirt that you like, just now that you show me, is a woman with a crown on her head. Stop
but
it.
It didn't say queen.
It didn't say queen.
Okay, make a shot for a man with a guy with a crown on his head then.
That's fine.
They come here, difference be.
Okay.
That's fine.
You know what?
A crown can mean plenty things.
You don't say like the word king and queen.
No. Only in beds.
I understand.
But Veronica, it was a pleasure having you here. Before you go, tell them where they could follow your journey. They could see all your nice bags, all your nice T-shirt designs. I'm really interested in the journals because I need a journal. I'm like a journal.
And they're all, we have a self-care journal. We have a manifestation journal, like a 30-day manifestation journal, which I am using right now, which is really, really interesting in writing down what you want to manifest every day, and then you realize that you're seeing it. It is so strange, so strange.
Well, let me get one of the magic books that you have.
And then what we're doing for the event, we have a brand new journal coming out, and we started, guys was asking why you don't have journals for men. So we launched
guys are showing interest in your brand, and you
just stepchildren in them.
Yeah, little buying them up.
So we are going to have men journals also, but the event is going to be so amazing. It's just a time that you could come out, you could be inspired. We have motivational speaker speaking about our energy, the way that we use our energy, which is really, really interesting. When I met her, it was really, really interesting. And then we have a mental health.
So important.
Motivated there also, and then we have one talking about our I am, because sometimes we don't really, as Jade said, sometimes people see us but we don't see ourselves, and sometimes we need to see ourselves for us to even grow even more. So it's going to be a really good event. Tickets would be on sale from tomorrow, the 1st of the month. Okay. And the thing is, it's not a really big place, so the tickets are limited.
Understood.
So you have
to
get
your ticket, and make sure and don't call me and say, Veronica, I'm getting a ticket at the day before, because you know how
we're very last minute in this country. Yes.
And then someone asked me, Veronica, you ain't got how to dress. I say, I can't tell people how to dress, because when my friends now, when they say lunch, I dress up like
it's the Met Gala.
I'm sensing a common theme here.
Like it's the Prime Minister's.
That's different. You got to say, Veronica, we only going on the road. Don't overdo it.
When my friends are okay with it. My friends was like, I just say how to dress. Put on what you want, because you know we ain't gonna study us anyhow. So they're okay with me being me.
That's nice.
As myself.
As you should. Those are some good friends.
As I should. So I like today when I say going by the radio station, I got my heels because I just extra. And nobody see my foot.
And nobody see your foot.
Oh, somebody wants to know if they could get your products on Amazon as yet.
Oh, no, not as yet. But we do ship our website. We are working on our website right now, but we do ship. It was interesting. For Independence, we had our Independence shirts, and we sent shirts all the way to Canada. So it's really interesting.
So for them to reach out to you in case they want to get a bag, they just have to go to your social media.
So your social media, Instagram is Sassy V Clutches, and Facebook is Sassy V Collectibles.
Okay, there you go. Easy to find. So again, Sassy V Clutches on Instagram and Sassy V Collectibles on Facebook, guys. So if you need to get your hand on one of those statement pieces, head on over there, do some browsing, do some shopping in your downtime. You know, women are let down and they go on the phone, go scroll social, scroll her page. You might like something.
And we have something for everyone. I know you must
except men,
something
except
that
men.
you like. We
Except
have
men.
something for
Except men.
All for men who like clutches.
Yeah, all for men. Listen. All for men that like clutches. Big up Ike one time. Ike got a bag from me yet?
No, not yet.
I'm gonna get one for him. I feel like, yeah.
I feel
he back game hot, so he needs one of yours.
And we born in the same month and we good people.
You got to fix that, man. You got to fix that. But Veronica, it was a total pleasure having you. We have to run. The clock on the wall is telling us that we have about 2 minutes left. Oh. So we have to go. But thank you again for joining us this morning. It was our pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. Amali, we're going to talk about the chicken text you. Your number is the same?
I'll consider it.
Oh, dear. Amali, you need some chicken? You need us to get you some chicken?
No.
You just need Veronica to...
You give me chicken, man, not she.
Okay. Just making sure. You ain't putting me out the chicken thing. But, again, Amali, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
No problem, I say. No problem.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have you on more if you find some time for us.
Well, I have time now. So.
Oh, for you is one of them?
One of what?
The people every time on the hands. Sense a trend here.
Yeah. Just send me home too.
So. Just send you home?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, how you let her look?
Huh?
How you let her look?
I got WhatsApp.
You got WhatsApp?
I didn't have the honor of receiving a letter with his signature.
Oh dear.
Maybe I just get WhatsApp and say, go to my place.
Go to my place. I like it. Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to get him.
Now, so now I have to find something else to do.
Oh, so yeah, come talk to us in the mornings, you know. Chat with me and Azim.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'll have to speak to the AG about that.
Yes. Why? To make sure you okay with it? We're getting money out the treasury, you know?
No, this ain't the treasury story.
Oh, just making sure.
I stay from bill.
Bye. Me never want to collect.
Got to name names. Me ain't know the treasury.
I ain't even want nobody send me nothing to the treasury.
No, me never want to go collect no check for nobody in the treasury.
I'm telling you, it's too close.
I best don't get treasury.
Oh boy, listen, you know when your parents get you doing something wrong and he say he gonna tell your father?
Yeah, boy.
I feel like that's what happened to them. They feel like when God say he gonna name names, you know that feeling you get in the pit of your chest?
Yeah.
A lot of them got that right now. Yeah, man, ain't them good kind of. And a lot of them feel like that right now.
A lot of them, every morning they wake up and check social media.
Every morning, watch here. They got notifications turned on for Forget page. Just to make sure they miss nothing.
Anyway, God, keep doing your job, yeah?
Yeah, man. We're proud of you. Proud of you. But yes, guys, that is it for us today on Island Tea. It was a pleasure being here with you guys this week. For those who follow us on social media, we appreciate you. Those who comment, who called, all of the callers, you make the show exceptional. All of the people who met at the callers, well, pray about it. That's just how it goes. Remember, guys, 3 important things. One of them I probably can't remember, but as him says them every day, so y'all should know them by now.
Go ahead.
You sure you don't want to go first? No, go ahead.
I can go first, yes. Remember everyone, especially Good morning, AJ. Good morning. Remember everyone, especially Dr. Joe,
especially
and Dr. Douglas. Perception is reality.
Yes.
Before you make this fishing this thing, we
want
Douglas.
Anyway, been here, man.
We want you all to have a very prosperous term, a peaceful term. So always remember, you done your shopping this. Not y'all. Sorry, we're talking to Veronica, not Dr. Joe. Right?
Listen, don't have the man speech over
there, she distracted me, people.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Right?
Don't let
remember that perception is reality. So before you make any moves, before you make any decisions, before you say anything, consider the impact, consider the repercussions, consider the response of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis before you move.
Consider the optics.
Because
they don't care about the truth, you know.
We don't care about the truth.
We don't care about the truth.
It does not look and sound good.
Yeah, and you know there are people on Facebook especially typing on your downfall.
Right.
Making long speeches and long statuses.
So you have to be careful, yeah?
Yeah. They're going to be one of the three then, because I remember one of them for sure. One of the three things as in say. Another one, spend more time living your that kind of fit into what you said. Spend more time living your content than posting it. Posting it does get y'all in trouble. Y'all must learn to backspace.
Don't take up the phone.
A matter of fact, ain't everything that you think you're supposed to type. Keep some things in your head. And most importantly, on this good Friday, well, two things. Have a happy weekend, and also remember, you cannot be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. I might ask me if it's a cup there.
I'm a flask.
You're a flask? You're fancy. You're a fancy silver insulated flask.
Telling you.
Okay. Well, remember, guys, don't be a flask. Unless you want to be like a Mali. And you see how that does go. But anyway, we will see you guys next week.